your business is failing because you're not a zebra. You're working harder than you ever have. The early mornings, the late nights, the constant grind, you're running as fast as you can, but you feel like you're on a treadmill to nowhere. The view never changes, the goal never seems to get any closer, and honestly, you're about to burn out. You think the answer is to push even harder, to be more aggressive, to become the lion, the apex predator, the undisputed king of your market. But what if that's exactly why you're failing? What if your business is struggling because you're trying to be a lion, when you really should be a zebra? Now, stay with me, this isn't a nature documentary. It's a diagnosis for the sickness that's infected modern business culture. We've all been sold this myth: the lone wolf entrepreneur, the disruptive unicorn, the solo genius who can bend the world to their will. It's a culture obsessed with explosive growth, billion-dollar valuations, and a winner-takes-all mindset. The problem with that obsession is its dark side: burnout, isolation, and a startup failure rate that hovers around 90%. The whole unicorn model is based on being a mythical beast. But unlike unicorns, zebras are real. And the way they've survived on the brutal African savanna for millions of years holds a more powerful, more sustainable, and frankly more achievable asterisk set of lessons for building a business that actually lasts. What if the secret isn't predatory competition, but profound collaboration? What if your best asset isn't aggression, but authenticity? And what if the ultimate advantage isn't just strength, but resilience? We're about to unpack 3 lessons from the zebra that will fundamentally change how you see your business, your brand, and your own path to success. The herd. Your strength is in your alliances. The idea of the lone predator is seductive, right? We picture the powerful CEO making ruthless decisions, or the coder building an empire from a garage. But in nature, being alone is a death sentence. A single lion is vulnerable. A single zebra is lunch. A zebra's greatest strength isn't its kick or its bite, it's the herd. Zebras are incredibly social, living in tight-knit groups. They protect each other, communicate constantly, and rely on the group to survive. When a predator like a lion shows up, they don't scatter. They bunch together, creating a dizzying, confusing mass of stripes called motion dazzle that makes it incredibly hard for the lion to target any single animal. It's a perfect strategy of mutualism. Their individual safety comes from the strength of the collective. This is the zebra effect in action. It champions collaboration over ruthless competition. Think about it. Your business is surrounded by lions, market downturns, aggressive competitors, algorithm changes, you name it. Trying to face them all by yourself isn't brave. It's strategic malpractice. Your herd is your network. It's your mastermind group. It's the other small businesses in your neighborhood. It's the creators you collaborate with, the mentors you learn from, and yes, even the friendly competitors you share insights with. When you form these alliances, you create your own dazzle. You pool resources, share knowledge, and cross-promote, making it much harder for the market's predators to pick you off. It's been said that researchers who marked a single zebra with paint to track it may have inadvertently signed its death warrant, because lions could now easily single out the one that was different. The zebras that blended in with their herd survived. The unicorn mindset tells you to guard your secrets and treat every other business as an enemy. The zebra mindset knows that by banding together, you protect each other. So are you building a herd? Or are you the lone, painted zebra, making yourself an easy target? The stripes. Your brand is your uniqueness. Look at a herd of zebras, and at first you might just see a chaotic sea of sameness. Just a jumble of black and white. A lot of business landscapes look like this too. Everyone's using the same trendy branding, the same corporate speak, the same marketing playbook. They're camouflaged in the herd of their industry, afraid to do anything different. But look closer at a zebra, and you'll find something incredible. No 2 zebras have the same pattern of stripes. Not one. Their stripes are as unique as a human fingerprint, and it's how they recognize each other inside that big, chaotic herd. A Maasai proverb says, "A zebra takes its stripes wherever it goes," which means its identity is inseparable from it. Here's the paradox and the power of the zebra's brand strategy. Belong to the herd for safety, but maintain your absolute individuality within it. Your stripes are your brand. They're your unique selling proposition. Your authentic voice, your story, your values. It's what makes you, you. The pressure to conform in business is huge. We see a successful company, and our first instinct is to copy them. We adopt their style, their pricing, their features, hoping to get a piece of their success. But when we do that, we erase our own stripes. We become a generic copy in a market that is starving for something real. A brand with unique stripes does two things. First, it stands out to the customers who are looking for exactly what you offer. Second, it signals who you are to your herd, attracting the right collaborators and partners. For example, the zebra business movement defines itself as being both black and white. It must be both profitable and improve society. It refuses to sacrifice one for the other. That dual-purpose identity is a powerful stripe pattern that attracts a very specific type of employee, customer, and investor. So ask yourself, what are your stripes? Are they bold, clear, and uniquely yours? Or have you been trying to paint over them to look like everyone else? In a world of copycats, your unique pattern isn't a liability, it's your greatest asset. Stop trying to be a better version of your competitor. Be a better version of yourself. Be a zebra. The migration. Your business must be resilient. The final lesson from the zebra might be the most important one for long-term survival. Zebras aren't static. They are defined by one of the most incredible events in nature, the Great Migration. Alongside wildebeest, they travel hundreds of miles, constantly moving in search of fresh grass and water. They face droughts, predators, and dangerous river crossings. They aren't the strongest or the fastest animal out there, but they are absolute masters of adaptation and resilience. Your business isn't a fortress built to withstand one single siege. It's a migratory herd, and it has to be built to move. The market is not a stable pasture. It's a constantly changing ecosystem. Customer needs change, technologies pop up, and new challenges appear overnight. A business plan that's too rigid will snap. A business that refuses to migrate will starve. This is where the zebra company philosophy really shines. Unlike unicorns, which chase explosive, often unsustainable growth at any cost, zebras focus on steady, sustainable progress. They're built for capital efficiency and an ability to pivot when things change. This makes them far more resilient to economic downturns and market shocks. True resilience in business is really about adaptability. It's being willing to change your strategy, to learn new skills, to experiment with new ideas, and to move toward new opportunities when your current grazing grounds are getting barren. This migratory instinct requires a different mindset. It's not about finding one perfect business model and defending it to the death. It's about building a culture of learning and agility. It's about empowering your team to be curious and to challenge the old way of doing things. It's about understanding that the journey is the destination. The goal isn't to reach some mythical finish line called success, but to build an organization that can keep migrating and thriving indefinitely. In conclusion, the hustle culture sold us a story. It told us to be lone predators, to chase mythical status, and to value aggression over everything else. But the graveyard of failed businesses is filled with the skeletons of lions who starved alone. The future belongs to the zebras. It belongs to the leaders who understand that real strength comes from community, from the herd. It belongs to those who are brave enough to show their true, unique stripes in a world begging them to be the same. And it belongs to those who have the resilience to keep moving, adapting, and migrating toward a better future, not just for their business, but for their entire ecosystem. So take a hard look at your business. Are you running on a treadmill, exhausted and alone? Or are you part of a herd, moving with strength and purpose? It's time to stop hunting like a lion and start thriving like a zebra. If this idea of building a more collaborative, authentic, and resilient business hits home for you, subscribe to this channel for more strategies that break the mold. And I really want to know what you think. Drop a comment below and tell me one zebra strategy you're going to try this week. Are you building your herd, defining your stripes, or planning for your next migration? Let's get this conversation started.